And last season, we got to see what an effective playmaker LeBron James can be. The assist numbers through the roof, career high for him at the age of 35.
Absolutely remarkable. And Greg, when I first saw him in high school in Northeastern Ohio, I thought his passing was his greatest attribute, and that was after just seeing him play one time. And he's shown that throughout his career. Took on full ball handling responsibilities with the Lakers last year and showed you what he can do. He is a gifted passer and an extremely versatile player.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. He hits both from the stripe.
And, you know, when you've played over a decade and a half in the league, it's expected that you're going to slow down, but LeBron still going strong.
Now here's Tatum. Ball's knocked loose. James left side. And it's Davis with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
So the Celtics call timeout, their first.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. The Celtics also changing it up. Williams, he's checked in for Thompson. And Semi Ojeley's subbed in for Daniel Tice. Loads it up there for Harrell. Tatum with it. He's picked up by James. Jumps up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense, had overcommitted, and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
Caruso kicks to James, and they double up James. Here's Tatum. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
LeBron passes to Schroeder. Lakers passing it around, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Boston. So many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Teague in for Kemba Walker. Pass to Teague. Fires for 3. And Davis pulls it down. The Lakers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. James up top. 8 points for him. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, that's one man never afraid to punch it. Give LeBron a path to the bucket, and the finish is going to be something in a poster.
Teague deciding where to go with it. To the middle. Here's Ojeley. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Williams with the steal. 1:03 left in the first quarter of the game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Davis puts it in.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's LeBron. Excellent D there from Williams.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
And the Lakers with some changes. Markieff Morris is checked in for Davis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's Williams with the ball for Boston. Here's Teague, and it's slammed in by Teague.
And, you know, you like seeing Jeff Teague flip the switch. I mean, he's a shifty guard that usually makes pretty strong, sharp cuts.
Now here's Matthews. Here's Kuzma, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Brown down low. He's covered by Matthews. And that one, good.
Brown extremely accomplished down low and worthy of respect as a result. Destroys whoever tries to guard him in the paint.
Here's Kuzma. Drills the three-pointer. Kuzma's got 5. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Lakers on top, leading by just 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto, Kawhi Leonard.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for, and how competitive he is. I mean, I don't need somebody to bang his chest or like scream or like be one of those guys to know if you're competitive or not. Like, I think that's the way he is, and I respect that. And he's actually a really good, teammate and vocal and speaks when he needs to speak.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former Defensive Players of the Year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Los Angeles.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, and I think another key, guys, will be can they continue to hit that mid-range shot? I mean, they've been very effective here early on.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. We've got Markieff Morris. He's out there with Kyle Kuzma. Marc Gasol is out there with Matthews. And it's Caruso in at point guard.
And Clark, it was a roller coaster season, to say the least, for Kyle Kuzma. Saw his role get diminished on the Lakers, and his stats across the board were down.
Yeah, Greg, you go back to your playing days, mine as well. It's hard for young guys early in their career to understand role playing. They equate their production with minutes and accolades as opposed to contribution for the team. And Kyle Kuzma has tremendous talent, great versatility. Early in his career, I think he's going to be fine in the long run.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Morris finds Kuzma. That's tipped. The second effort. The pass to Caruso. Drains the three-pointer. Caruso's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
Boy, really solid passer at his position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team.
Teague, the pass to Tice. Thompson outside. Pass to Tatum. Back to Thompson. Teague for three. That shot misses. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, if you can believe it, before Jaylen Brown went to the draft, one executive said the Cal Berkeley star was too smart. Brown says when athletes are also informative, it can intimidate. We get pushback for our outside interests. The whole shut up and dribble movement is big, and I'm a part of that movement. Guys?
Strong story, DA, there. Thanks. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Los Angeles. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Caldwell Pope passes to Gasol. Over Thompson. And that one comes up a bit short.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Passes it to Walker. Tice against Morris. Walker looking for an opening. Over Morris. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Walker.
And Walker, a really gifted guard, a guy you can trust to run the pick and roll to perfection.
Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
Free throw line jump shot, and again it's Boston converting.
You know, guys, Tatum's ability to rise into his jump shot makes him hard to defend for just about all defenders.
Walker against Schroeder. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter.
And, guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
That's good from Schroeder.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Walker against Schroeder. Tatum kicks to Walker. Five on the clock. It's blocked. Kuzma against Tatum. Morris outside. Caldwell Pope for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Lakers lead by 7.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
Morris against Walker. Score of the basket is 3rd after 5 shots.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. A minute 20 left now here in the second. To the paint. Here's Teague. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Timeout.
Now it's just a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
Tell you what, guys, you've just got to give Teague a lot of credit for his focus. Very poised under pressure.
Timeout called the Lakers. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
From deep, Walker. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
And they've done a better job at the line this quarter. They've got that free throw percentage up to almost 90%.
The Lakers have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
And he makes the first.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
No good on the second free throw. Williams with the ball, picked up by Davis. 32 seconds left in the first half. The kick out to Walker. Pass to Ojale. Celtics passing it around, and it's denied. Now LeBron, 11 points in the game. And Matthews now, top of the key. With the second effort, and it's good on the layup. Harrell's got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now.